here's what I want us to understand. That in the midst of all of this, in the midst of these discussions about social justice and race and sex and all these other things, at the end of the day, the question is, what does God say about us? What does God say about us? And is what God says about us sufficient? And when we start talking about who we are in Christ, when we start talking about our unity in Christ, our brotherhood and our relationships, do we believe that the Bible is sufficient in that regard? And one of the scariest things about all of this talk is that we're beginning to see a new hermeneutic develop. Where now sin is institutional as opposed to being in the heart of man. We're reading things differently here. And not only that, but we're starting to develop a new canon. To where if you're not seeing things rightly on these issues, people are not saying you need to go to this text. They're saying you need to read Divided by Faith. You need to read Ta-Nehisi Coates. You need to read, right? If you're not getting this, then here's a list of books that you need to read in order to then be able to read the scriptures rightly as it relates to our unity with one another in Christ. That is a problem. Because I believe that the Bible is absolutely sufficient, not just inerrant, but absolutely sufficient for all matters of faith and practice. And how we deal with one another across ethnicities is a matter of faith and practice.